What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Rex. The TL-01 is ready to go back out on track. It has not been to this layout yet, and I've reset everything. We've reset the springs, we've reset everything. So it's back to nothing. So we have no idea how it's going to handle. We are now running no longer a sport tune. We're running a Jaguar 27 turn peak racing motor and a Duratrax IntelliSpeed Auto Sport. Still running a NIM pack because that's what'll fit in here. These tires are still a bit fresh on the rear, so I don't know how much traction we're going to have. We have to brake in these tires still. The fronts are fine, and they're glued. That's it. Let's sauce up the tires and get out on there. This F-150 out on track. Is track straight? This seems kind of straight. All right, let's go. Yeah. Okay. We obviously cannot continue, YouTube. You see that. It's lifting everywhere. Way too soft in the front. I had a feeling. Let's pull it in. Let's pull it in. Let's pull it in. Okay. Way too soft in the front. I had a feeling already. We're going to stiffen it up. Okay. We are at the pit table now. And this is what was in the front. This comes standard in a lot of Tamiya kits. And it's not too bad here. But it's soft for the front, so we're going to switch it over to the next standard that Tamiya kits have, which is this one. You see latest in their pogo stick shocks, they call friction shocks. GTO2s love to have these springs, and that's what I'm going to stick in the front here. So I'm going to try and use what's easily available first before I start dipping into other things. We're going to try and work with what we have. Tamiya springs in the front now, and we're going to leave these in the back. So we've got these soft ones in the back, we're going to put these hard ones in the front now. Let's put it on and get out. Oh, it's still lifting, but way less. Oh, it's still lifting. But much less. Whoa, lifting. I'm not even, I guess I'm probably, wow! Look at that. Nope. Can't continue. Can't continue with it lifting like this. This motor's fast. And this is a 27 turn? Really? I got it, I think. Yeah, thank you. All right. We got to bring this in. All right, YouTube. So I was starting to flip and lift kind of mid-corner. Not at the beginning, which means I think I'm stiff enough at the front for now, but I think I might still have too much grip at the rear. So if I stiffen up the rear spring, just to try that first, I should lose some grip in the rear. Hopefully that won't flip me as much, or it might flip me sooner. I don't know yet. I could also maybe reduce the rear camber. I could also reduce the ride height all around. That would be a good thing. The problem with the TL-01 is I cannot control droop settings unless I open up the shocks and play with spacers. So I'm going to try and avoid that at all costs before I have to get to that. So first thing I'm going to do is stiffen up the rear springs. Let's do that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and stick the same hard spring that I stuck in the front from Tamiya to replace the soft spring in the rear. So we're going to have a square setup. Completely square setup, the same springs all around, and let's just see what happened. I've already had a square setup with the soft spring, and we saw that was no good. So let's try what a square setup with the hard springs will do, because we've also tried hard on the front, soft in the rear. Camber is something I want to play with as well, but we're going to try this and see what happens first. Square spring setup. Let's see. Oh. It's definitely a ride height issue. I'm gonna have to open up those shocks. I'm gonna have no choice. I need to lower my car because I don't have any droop settings available to me on this Tamiya TL-01. So I've got to limit the suspension movement by putting spacers in here. So you're gonna join me. I'm gonna open the caps, I'm gonna drain it out, I'm gonna slip these shafts out after taking the eyelets off, and we are going to add spacers in here. So I'm gonna go test a bunch of different spacers now in here on one shock first to see which size I need. I'm gonna go ahead and close these caps for now so I don't get stuff all this inside the shocks. I really shouldn't be next to the garbage here, but I'm already crouched down and everything's down here and the camera's on my head, pointed the right way. Come on, back thread. There we go. All right.
Long time ago. I can draw it out for you. But I saw what Jacob used to do with theirs. A piece that goes in and it's got a whole side.
No adjustment.
Yeah, but that's I can't imagine.
I'm just not shooting for it. Jamie.
You can
Things doing it on the table.
you're not cutting tires. You're coating tires. You're not cutting tires.
Yeah.
I don't know how they I guess they buy it up and start
So I need 3 sets. I need one for the mats. I need 1 pack of 3 sets for the mats alone. So
I got
Picked up some 450 shock fluid because I didn't have any left, and I filled them up, and I am ready to put it on. Yeah, let's get on track. First I'm going to clean off the sauce, and I'm not going to run any sauce. Let's see what happens without sauce first. Oh no, guys. This video has to continue another day because, oh wow, it's really low now. That's nice. Because I just noticed that the front universal is gone. Yeah, so I don't have any drive shafts here. I'll have to change that at home. So I'm going to switch over to a couple of other cars and we'll be back. Alright, it's another day now. We're back at the track. I have the universal fixed. I actually put in the stock standard dog bones in here. I took the universal out because it's busted, broken. And I don't think I need to recap because there's no gap between when I left the video to this new video. The ride height is much lower now, as you can see. The springs are harder. Let's sauce up the tires and go check it out. One thing though, I may or may not have sound in the video because the factory's been going for like an hour now and it hasn't stopped. So I don't know if there's going to be, if they're going to stop anytime soon. So I might have to just run and cover up the sound. Also, a really bad thing, I forgot the head cam mount for my GoPro. So I don't know how I'm going to do this, and I came up with an idea. I'm going to try and hold the camera in my mouth. So I won't be able to talk while I'm driving, but at least I can film the car. Let's try it. The car was much better this time with lower stance. It didn't show many signs of lifting at all, and I actually had a good time wheeling it around. It's just a really big shame that I did not have my head cam mount on, and the factory was making an incredibly large amount of noise. Also, sadly, as you'll see, we end up breaking one of the shocks, and it just seems that this TL-01 does not want to run. But it's not over yet. I haven't.
Could wait 1,000 days. You never wait for me. You never wait for me. Even when I ran away, you're all that I could see. You're all that I could see. When I could hardly walk on my own, I had to lift myself out of the trench.